may bagong pag-asa ng nadarama, may bagong sigla tayong nakikita, pumapagaspas sa hangin. Dala-dala rin ng alon, lilipad tayo, lilipad tayo.
Ipagpapatuloy ang pagbabago, itataguyod ang bawat Pilipino. Sa kanyang talino, aahon tayo.
Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa'y kanyang dala.
Sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa taglay niyang lakas, hindi tayo magtitibag. Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, tatatag, tataas, lilipad tayo.
Naibaruganan.
Masaligan!
Protektahan ta.
Konkreto ang plano.
Kuyaw din
Apan na, apod ani.
Magpadayon sa pagbago.
Lilipad na ang agila, pagbabago ay itutuloy niya. 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 Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa'y kanyang dala. Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa'y kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa taglay niyang lakas, hindi tayo matitibag. Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, tatatag, tataas, lilipad tayo. Tatatag, tataas, lilipad tayo.
Kung pagpapatuloy ang pagbabago, itataguyod ang bawat Pilipino. Sa kanyang talino, aahon tayo. Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa talay niyang lakas, hindi tayo matitibag. Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, at papagpagtataas, lilipad tayo. Walang natatakutan, walang hahadlang, kaya ito kami ngayon lumalagpas.
Sumuko, ituloy ang
Ituloy ang pagbabago, tingin ang aming tinig.
Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa. Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa. Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa. Inday Sara, lipad na agila.
Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa
Dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat.
Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran.
Tunay, love you! Huwag ka mag-alala, number 1 kita!
Siya isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh sa mga kapatid nating Muslim. Maayong buntag at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome po dito sa Sara All For You ngayong araw ng Biyernes. Sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, Tech Ocampo, live mula rito sa Davao City. Ngayong araw sa Sara All For You, tunghayan natin ang highlights ng ikalawang meeting de avance ng Uniteam na ginanap dito sa Mindanao. Samantala, mas kilalanin pa natin si Mayor Sara Duterte mula sa pananaw ng isang veteran journalist. Abangan po natin yan dito sa Sara All For You. Naging matagumpay ang meeting de avance ng Uniteam para sa Mindanao na ginanap sa Tagum City Hall kagabi. Di tulad ng naunang meeting de avance, naging mas madamdamin para kay Mayor Sara Duterte ang kanyang pagharap sa mga kapwa niya Mindanaoans. Mas pinaigtinding ni Apo Bongbong Marcos ang panawagan ng Uniteam tungo sa pagkakaisa at pagbangon. Narito po ang highlights na ginanap sa meeting de avance kagabi.
Tatlo po ang aming meeting de avance. Isa sa Luzon, isa sa Visayas, isa sa Mindanao. Kaya't ang napunta, ang naging meeting de avance namin ay pinili namin ang Tagum City. Hindi kami nagkamali ng pagpili. Dahil po sa aming adhikain ng pagkakaisa, dahil po sa aming pangarap para sa ating minamahal na Pilipinas na pagandahin at pasikatin at makabalik sa magandang sitwasyon. Kaya po, kami ni Inday Sara ay naging partner po. Siya ang running mate na Uniteam running mate ni Bongbong Marcos.
Maraming salamat Mayor Inday Sara sa opportunity na ito, at sana ay laban natin ang Pilipinas at patungo sa patuloy na pag-unlad at suportahan natin si Inday Sara Duterte.
Sara, we hope that you will lead our country as Vice President and of course together with our President Bongbong Marcos.
Ako po, originally, taga Davao talaga ako. So, alam naman natin kung gaano kaganda yung Davao. So, napili ko si Ma'am Sara, Inday Sara Duterte na suportahan para maipagpatuloy yung pagbabago na nasimulan ng kanyang ama na si President Rodrigo Duterte. Mayor Inday Sara, maraming salamat po kasi dininig niyo po yung tawag, yung boses ng mga Pilipino, at syempre support talaga ako sa BBM Sara. So ayun, sana magtagumpay tayo.
Ilang tulog na lang, makikita na natin yung bunga ng ating pagpapagod. At kaya naman ako nasisihan, alam na alam ko kung sinong magiging Pangulo at pangalawang Pangulo ng ating bansa, Bongbong Marcos, Sara Duterte. Yan ang pinakahihintay natin. Lahat ng pagod natin, nawala lahat. Pagkat yan ay para sa atin at para sa ating bansa. Madam Vice President, alam ko naman na magtatagumpay ka. At marami ang nagmamahal sa'yo. Isa na ako doon. At wala akong kaduda-duda. At ako'y masaya sapagkat kayong dalawa ni Bongbong ang tamang tambalan para mapaunlad natin, mapalakas natin ang imahe at yung kapakanan ng ating bansa.
I feel right at home kay taga Mindanao, mangyud ko. I'm from Bukidnon. So, we're happy to be here and hopefully Mindanao will deliver for Unity Team. 80%. Pohon, hopefully. Thank you. Duba Minday Sara, nako, palangga na mo siya sa whole Mindanao. I think Mindanao will deliver 90% for Ma'am Minday Sara.
Papasalamat ako sa lahat ng mga supporters natin na sinamahan kami all these 90 days. Maraming salamat. First of all, kay Mayor Inday, congratulations in advance. Ilang tulog na lang, Vice President ka na namin. Alam ko marami kang magagawa para sa ating bansa. Nakasama kita bilang Mayor, alam ko ang puso mo para sa ating kabataan, alam ko ang puso mo para sa edukasyon ng ating bansa.
I'm excited for a BBM Sara administration and a Unity Team administration. But I really feel the responsibility that this is only the beginning and the real work begins after May 9. Ako at ang aking pamilya ay with all sincerity and humility nagpapasalamat kay Mayor Inday Sara Duterte. Ito lang ang masasabi ko, ibang makisama, iba ang leadership ni Mayor Inday Sara. I am a recipient of her kindness. Daghang salamat sa inyong pagpalangga sa amo and I will never forget. Thank you very much, Day. And congratulations in advance, Madam Vice President.
Excited, pagod, pero masaya. Kasi ito yung sinasabi ni Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte, ni Presidente, na pagkakataon ko magsalita. Kasi madaldal ako eh. Oo, sabi niya, madaldal ka masyado, wala ka namang platform. Ito na po yun. Ma'am, wala po akong... Ito galing po ito sa kay lalilaliman ng puso ko, ma'am. Ako po ay kung ano po ang ibinigay kong katapatan at paglilingkod sa inyong mahal na ama, ganun din po ang ibibigay ko sa inyo. Doble pa. At ako po ay mananatiling tapat sapagkat nakikita ko po sa inyo na mas higit pa ang inyong magagawa. Malalagpasan po ninyo ang nagawa ni Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Ma'am, we love you.
Is so close. This is your last weekend as civilians, your last weekend as, you know, a mayor and a senator. And by Monday and the days after that, you're gonna be president and vice president. And I hope that you don't forget that no matter what happens, the people who are loyal to you will always be loyal to you. And even if we have our own struggles, and even if we have our own heartbreak and heartache to deal with, and even if they try to break us apart, it is never, ever going to stop our belief in the both of you that you are the hope of the better Philippines, that you are the hope of my, kids like my son, because there must be a reason that 11 years ago, you punched the sheriff. There must be a reason that you fight the good fight, and there must be a reason that you are the kind of woman that should represent the true empowered Filipina woman. So ma'am, naa namang gyud ka diri ma'am. Ihatod na ka na mo sa Malacañang. Kay nidaga namang gyud ka, kami ra gyoy bahala sa daog. So I love you ma'am. Mahal kita Apo BBM. At least ngayon hindi pa kita nakikita kasi ayoko munang magpakilala sa'yo na hindi ka pa presidente. Pero aasahan mo sir, sa gusto at sa hindi, bibisitahin po kita sa Malacañang. Loyal po ako sa'yo kasi pinili ka ni Maminday. At yung laban niyo po, laban ko at laban sa mga katulad ko. Ingat po.
Ang una sa atuang listahan, mao ang senador, anak ng masa, Senator Jinggoy. Ang sunod, ang atuang senador, Mark Kabuhayan sa Senado, Senator Mark Villar. Ang atuang senator, win tayong lahat sa Senado, Senator Sherwin. Senator May Galing at Talino, Senator Gibo. Senator Bistek tayo sa Senado, Senator Herbert. Senator Spokes ng Bayan, Action Man sa Senado, Senator Harry. Senator Usab, anak ng masa, Senator Jinggoy. Senator Loding-Lodi nating lahat, Senator Loren. Senator sa tunay na pagbabago, pumili ng bago na hindi bobo, Senator Lani. Senator ang utol mo sa Senado, Senator Robin. Senator Robin Padilla. Senator Trabahador nyo sa Senado, Senator Migs. Senator Migs Zubiri. Senator #magtulungan, Senator Gringo. Senator Gringo Hulasan. Dunami isa pa ka, uban nga senador, si Senator Rodante Marcoleta, na duna siya'y party list, mao ang sagip party list. Mao ka na ang 11 ka senador sa unity. Pahinomdom, importante ang inyuhang kuligo pag-abot sa adlaw sa piniliay. Muboto ta og konsihal, muboto ta og board member, muboto ta og unity senators. Importante nga nag-andam ta sa atuang kuligo, sa atuang sample ballot, aron paspas ang atuang pagboto sa May 9, 2022.
Basta tayo'y magsasama, laging mayroong umaga. Kaya tayo'y ganda, pagsikat ng araw, malaliwanag sa ating pangarap. Haharapin natin, haharapin natin, haharapin
Para naman sa ating mga kababayan sa Luzon, bukas na, araw ng Sabado, ang ikatlo at huling meeting de avance ng Uniteam na magaganap sa Parañaque City. At bago tayo mag-break, shoutout muna po sa mga support groups ni Mayor Sara Duterte. Isda, Inday Sara Duterte ako. Super Inday, Kislap o kay Inday Sara, lilipad ang Pilipinas. at Youth for Inday Sara Duterte at Youth Alliance Movement ng Central Luzon.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Ang iniisip ko po talaga nasa bahay lang sana ako, panood-nood ng TV, ba't ako nandito? Well, actually, hindi ko po talaga alam yung pinasukan ko. Yun po yung totoo.
Ako po ay galing sa mahirap na pamilya. Gusto kong mag-aral. Nag-repack ako ng tinapay. Kahit papaano mayroon akong pang tuition sa school namin. Kinakaya ko naman hanggang nakagraduate ako ng elementary.
Parang kakambal ko na yung kahirapan, no? Yung since bata pa talaga. Hindi ko talaga inisip na hindi makapag-aral. So kaya nga ang ginawa ko, talagang nagsumikap ako sa lahat ng paraan na pwedeng mabuhay kami.
Nag-sideline ako ng kahit ano na lang magtinda candy sabi ng kalsada. Tuloy pa rin ang buhay, lumalaban pa rin ako.
Sabi sa akin, ba't ka sumali dyan? Ipanlalaki yan. Yun talaga yung mga naririnig ko that time. I was the only woman who finished the training ko.
Nasa isipan ko na kailangan magsumikap. Wala akong ibang naisip na paraan na sumama sa elder brother ko. Nagtinda kami ng ice drops. Habang ako papunta ng school, pagbebenta ng maputo, suman, instead na mag-absent ka, kailangan gumawa ng paraan.
Ang meaning po ng DART is Disaster Assistance and Rescue Team. Napakasaya ko nung natapos yung training kasi fulfilling. Umiyak pa po kami kasi parang dugot pawis po yung pinagdaanan namin during training.
Mayroon akong kaibigan na lumapit sa akin. Gusto ko ba daw magtrabaho sa isang non-government organization? Sabi ko baka ito na ang simulan ng buhay ko.
Ako yung tao talaga na hindi nag-give up. Before I got that scholarship, actually I failed once. Hindi ako nakapasa. Siguro the Lord has its plan.
Kung ano po talaga yung nangyari sa akin ngayon, it is because with all the help po sa aming rescue team.
Nagpatawag yung Presidential Commissioner ng Urban 4 namin na ang lahat ng mga leader ng LGBT mag-meeting kasi mayroon daw ibigay na programa ang gobyerno tulad ng mga livelihood.
Ang kagandahan kasi ngayon napaka-subjective. Iba-iba yung nakikita ng tao. The world will be a better place if objective po yung kagandahan.
Ang kagandahan sa akin is universal kasi it does not refer to any particular sex. It's for everybody.
Para sa akin, ang kagandahan, binabase ko na po sa sarili ko. Maganda ako dahil nakasurvive ako sa hirap ng buhay ko noon.
Ako si Inday AJ ng Disaster Assistance and Rescue Team. Sasagitin ka sa anumang panganib.
Ako si Inday Masoy, simpleng negosyante, kakampi mo sa hamon ng buhay.
Ako po si Inday Darwin, isang public school teacher. Aasain na inyong isip tungo sa magandang buhay. Inday will always love you.
Dilipanda ang agila at bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala sa kanyang mga pakpak. Kasama tayo sa paglipad, sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo at tataas lilipad tayo. Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Welcome back sa Sara All For You. Shout out muna po sa mga grupong sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Sara All, Inday Cares, Isip Pilipinas o Inday Sara, ikalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas. Solid Inday Sara o SIS, Sara tayo at Puwersang Pilipino patungo sa Pagbabago Incorporated. Sino ba si Mayor Inday Sara sa pananaw ng isang miyembro ng media na nagsusulat ng balita tungkol sa kanya? Pakinggan natin ang testimonya ng isang veteran journalist sa Davao City. Dito lang sa Inday ng Buhay Ko.
Si Inday kasi, being the daughter of the mayor, very so often you meet her. And then she becomes the vice mayor. So, as a journalist, I would now and then encounter her. Si Inday kasi, isang taong hindi mayabang eh. You know, he's not, iba siyang politiko, hindi siya nakikipag-salamuha sa crowd, no? Pero, meron siyang sariling paninindigan. She is a woman of her own, and she is an independent woman. One of the things which I admire in Inday Sara is her being very independent. She has a plan of her own, and she pursues her plan according to her objectives. No? Kahit na medyo unpopular gagawin, ginagawa niya dahil sa kabutihan ng lahat. Yung bus, yung, there's a plan of the city, which is her plan, to replace our, traditional jeepneys. She was supposed to field about 1,000 air-conditioned modern buses. Many of these jeepney drivers, have to be absorbed. Sila yung unahing magiging empleyado nung bus operations na yon. Yung decision niya na i-bury the power and communications cable underground. Yun ay isang spectacular decision and project which Mayor Inday Sara did. So, ngayon tingnan mo yung the first two principal streets in Davao City. Wala na yung mga cobwebs ng telecommunications at power cable. So, napakalinis, napakagandang tanawin. Pati yung city streets which were affected by the underground laying of energy cables and communication cables, naging international standard. It became, user-friendly for senior citizens like me. That's Inday. When she plans, when she does something, she uses her authority firmly on the basis of the law and what is fair and just. We are with you in this, Inday, and your fellow Davaoeños are happy that finally we have another bridge from your father to you to run this generation, to run this government, and you will have a very important role in this coming government under Bongbong Marcos. Today, you are performing better than your father, and I am proud of you. Proud, I'm sure that the entire country are proud of your performance. They believe in you, they have faith in you, as I have faith in you.
Bago tayo magpaalam, muli ang aming shout-out at pasasalamat sa mga grupong taos-puso ang suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa buong Uniteam. Let's go Uniteam Coalition! Marcos Sara Duterte Alliance o Masada, Tigre at Agila ng Pilipinas, Marcos Sara sa totoong paglilingkod at iba't ibang BBM Sara Uniteam chapters sa buong mundo. Sa loob po ng halos 4 na buwan, kayo po ay naging bahagi ng Sara All For You araw-araw. Kaya't gayon din ang aming taos-pusong pasasalamat sa inyo. Ngayong Lunes na po, May 9, ang halalan. Sabay-sabay nating ipanalangin ang mapayapa at matiwasay na eleksyon. Paalaala po sa lahat, Wear your face mask at observe social distancing habang nasa mga presinto upang bumoto. Sundin ang wastong paraan ng pag-shade sa balota. At sana'y bumoto tayo ng ayon sa ating konsensya, paniniwala at paninindigan. Muli, maraming salamat po sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay sa ating programa. At sa ngalan po ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, puso at serbisyo, Tech Ocampo. At ito po,
May bagong pag-asa ng nadarama, may bagong sikat tayong nakikita pumapagaspas sa hangin. Dala-dala rin ng alon. Lilipad tayo. Ipagpapatuloy ang pagbabago, itataguyod ang bawat Pilipino sa kanyang talino. Aahon tayo, lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa taglay niyang lakas, hindi tayo matitibas.
Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, at tataas lilipad tayo.
Lilipad na ang agila, pagbabago ay tutuloy niya. 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 Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa taglay niyang lakas, hindi tayo matitibas.
Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, tataas lilipad tayo.
Lilipad na ang agila,
Lilipad, lilipad, lilipad.
lilipad na ang agila.
Agila, agila, agila.
Lilipad na ang agila,
Lilipad, lilipad, lilipad.
lilipad na ang agila.
Sara Zimmerman Duterte is a Filipino politician and lawyer. She is popularly known in the Philippines as Inday Sara. The nickname Inday means beloved in the Visayan language. In her baptism records, her name is Sara Vicenta, in honor of her grandfather, Vicente. She is the second child of Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Elizabeth Zimmerman Duterte, a former flight attendant and teacher. Sara is the first ever elected woman and the youngest vice mayor and mayor of Davao City. Her life is profoundly backdropped by her family's long history in politics and public service. Her socio-political acumen and leadership skills have been sharpened by the Duterte family's tradition of working in the government and serving the people. Sara's grandfather, lawyer Vicente Tete Gonzales Duterte, was governor of the then undivided Davao Province from 1959 to 1965. For 3 years, starting 1965, he served as a Secretary of General Services of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Before this, he served as acting mayor of Cebu's municipality of Danao from 1946 to 1948. Sara's Lolo Tete was a man remembered by many for his humility and magnanimity. Her grandmother, Soledad Gonzales Roa, was an educator who established a foundation in Davao City that served indigenous people's children needing education. On the other hand, Sara's maternal ancestry provided her with an acute understanding of the heart of the working class. Her maternal grandfather, Godofredo Baldazo Zimmerman, was the son of George John Zimmerman, a German-American missionary, and Cristita Baldazo, who hailed from Hilongos, Leyte. Her Lolo Godo worked his way up from crew to ship captain. Sara's grandmother, Purissima Puring Fortunado Abellana, was an exuberant popular vendor in Davao City's Bangkerohan and Manila's Baclaran markets. Puring's roots are traced back to Tuburan, Cebu, and is said to be a putative descendant of Hari Tupas, the son-in-law of Hari Humabon. Before politics, Sara had a brief stint as a court attorney in the Supreme Court of the Philippines in 2006. She then served as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010 and was elected mayor in 2010 in what is now known as the biggest landslide election victory in the history of Davao. Although a newcomer in 2007, Sara demonstrated transformational leadership skills among the members of the City Council. Her colleague, the veteran legislator Pilar Braga, described her as a firm, principled, tactful negotiator, pacifier, and fearless administrator. One of the landmark legislation passed when she was vice mayor was the Watershed Code of Davao. It aims to protect, conserve, and manage the watershed areas of the city. Her landmark project while serving vice mayor was Inday Para sa Barangay, a whole-of-government approach to service every year in each of the 182 barangays of the city. It is now called the Caravan of Government Services when she moved to the city mayor's office. During her term as mayor, the timeless Davao Life is Here brand was created. It propelled Davao City's image as a desired market and destination for investment and tourism events, including the meetings, incentives, conference, exhibitions market. As a neophyte mayor in 2010, she easily gained the trust of Region 11 economic pillars. Then President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. appointed her as chairperson of the Regional Development Council. The RDC under her leadership made notable accomplishments that propelled the region. She was also selected as a NEDA Board Regional Development Committee Mindanao Area Committee chairperson. During her first full year as RDC chairperson, Davao Region's gross regional domestic product expanded from 3.9% in 2011 to 7.1% in 2012. Because of this notable accomplishment, Sara was lauded by Joey Salceda, a prominent economist and well-respected member of the House of Representatives, as someone with an enlightened leadership style and sophisticated economic thinking. Under Sara's leadership, Davao City soared to greater heights and emerged as a premier city in Mindanao. For the short period of 2011 to 2013, Davao City received 36 awards, citations, and recognitions for good governance, business, tourism, health, environment, fiscal management, transparency, among others. Sara served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators in 2007 to 2010 and served as officer in the National Executive Board of the League of Cities Philippines in 2010 to 2013. At this point, she already figured in the early surveys for senators in the 2013 elections, even if she was underage. In 2013, Sara took a respite from politics, devoting her time as one of the partner lawyers of Carpio and Duterte lawyers. She passed the pre-judicature program of the Philippine Judicial Academy in preparation for her plans to join the judiciary. Her desire to continue serving the public led her to be involved in a non-government organization, and in 2014, she was elected to the Board of Governors of the Philippine Red Cross. On the side, she worked on various product endorsements and as a segment host for a local morning news show on GMA Network. Her hosting job gave her the opportunity to volunteer, deliver relief, and report firsthand on the damage and the needs of the Boholanos during the 2013 earthquake. In 2016, Sara re-entered local politics and ran for mayor. She and her mother Elizabeth, who was in between cancer treatments, embarked on a national bus caravan called Biyaheng Duterte to help campaign for President Duterte. They were joined by some members of the family and Sara's friends and classmates from high school. Fresh from the success of the bus campaign, the centerpiece of her mayoral comeback was called Biyaheng Duterte, a political agenda guided by 30 projects for 10 priority sectors: education, health, poverty alleviation, infrastructure development, solid waste management and environment, agriculture, investment and tourism, traffic and transportation management, disaster risk reduction and management, and peace and order. As a believer of continuity, Sara's 2019 mayoral re-election bid was anchored on the 2016 platform, but this time called Biyaheng Duterte, the second trip. Sara relentlessly pursued peace and progress in her administration. As a result, she was able to lift Davao City to a stellar national status with 117 awards, citations, and recognitions from March 2017 to December 2021. Davao City is included on the 2021 Top 10 Richest Cities of the Philippines of the Commission on Audit. And in the same year, Davao City was ranked the 4th most competitive, highly urbanized city by the Department of Trade and Industry. At the end of calendar year 2022, Davao City is expected to be debt-free. At the start of 2016, when she returned as mayor, Davao City's loan balance was in the amount of 1.3 billion pesos out of all loans contracted by the city during the years 2000, between 2005 and 2010, and in 2015. Loan repayments have been consistently provided for in the budget. For the year 2022, the amount of 46.7 million pesos has been made available for the final repayment, making Davao City debt-free. During her terms as mayor between 2016 and 2022, she played supporting roles to the Regional Development Council and the Regional Peace and Order Council. Sara accepted the challenge of the appointment as chairperson of both the Metropolitan Davao Coordinating Committee under the RDC and the Task Force Tuganay of the RPOC. Both committees are trailblazing peace and development initiatives in Region 11. The Metro Davao Committee lists as an accomplishment the House of Representatives and Senate approval of the creation of Metropolitan Davao Development Authority. Sara has been recognized both here and abroad for the work that she has done as local chief executive. In 2012, she was one of the 88 nominees to the prestigious World Mayor Awards and one of the only 2 Filipino mayor nominees. In 2021, she was selected as the Philippines' top-performing mayor with a rating of 93% by an independent and non-commissioned survey of the RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. It was a feat achieved in the time of the crushing COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign governments have also recognized Sara for her work, generously supporting and inviting her to learn from their countries. She was one of only 2 Philippine mayors invited in 2012 by the government of Israel to attend the 28th International Mayors Conference. In that same year, she also participated in the World Mayors Forum in Singapore. In 2018, Sara participated in an urban planning study tour in the cities of Tokyo and Kitakyushu with the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And in 2020, she attended the 88th Winter Meeting of the United States Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. Sara is an alumna of the International Visitors Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department. Her advocacies are reflected in the projects dearest to her, the Peace 911, Magnegosyo Taday, Pagbabago Campaign, and the Kian Gabriel Hotline. Peace 911 is a successful local peace initiative that practically brought stability to the once conflict area of Paquibato District in Davao City. The project contributed to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. Magnegosyo Taday is a livelihood support project that encourages entrepreneurship of women. The success of MTD spawned the Rainbow Magnegosyo Taday that intend to support entrepreneurship in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community. The Pagbabago campaign is a 2-pronged approach to solving interlocking problems related to poverty, children's education, and responsible parenthood. Through the Pagbabago campaign, children and parents in the communities are given bags branded as Pagbabago that contain reading materials on the importance of education and responsible parenting. Sara personally delivers these bags to children and parents. She uses her voice and influence to steer families into the right path out of poverty. The Kian Gabriel Hotline was created to allow anonymous reporting of child neglect and abuse that paved the way to rescue children in distress. The hotline was created in memory of 2 children in Davao City who died because of abuse. Since its operationalization in October 2016 and as of January 2022, no child has died at the hands of abusers in the city. In 2018, Sara led the creation of Hugpong ng Pagbabago, a region-wide political party aimed at creating a strong, peaceful, and developed region that can become a symbol of hope for our country's progress. Just like in 2016, she also went around the country in 2019, but this time on her favorite big bike, a 900cc Yamaha XSR, she fondly named Ella to help campaign for senator candidates. In November 2021, Sara took her oath as a member of the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats National Party. Sara is currently the chairperson of both the HNP and Lakas CMD. Sara is an adopted member of the Philippine Military Academy Maharlika Class of 1984 and the Philippine National Police Academy Tagapagkalinga Class of 1991. She is a member of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Army Reserve Command. She holds the rank of Colonel and is currently the Assistant Brigade Commander of the 2202nd Ready Reserve Combined Arms Brigade, Philippine Army. She has received several medals, ribbons, badges, and citations for her work in Davao in support of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. She also received a presidential award from former President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. and the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor in December 2011. And in August 2021, Sara was celebrated by Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards as someone who has contributed to the creation of a brighter future. Sara is a Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy graduate from the San Pedro College in Davao City. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the San Sebastian College Recoletos in the city of Manila. She was presented as one of the 30 most outstanding St. Augustine awardees of San Sebastian in January 2014 and was granted by the San Sebastian College of Law the Distinguished Alumna Award for Public Service in February 2020. She also received the Distinguished Woman of Service Award from the San Beda College Alumni Association in February 2011. Sara spent 4 years of law school at the San Beda and her final year in San Sebastian. Sara is a graduate in 2011 of the twin program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College, General Staff Course, and the Development Academy of the Philippines, Master of Public Management. Sara is blessed as an adopted member of the Ata tribe of Davao City in 2013. She was given the name Bio Simulun. She is also an adopted daughter of the province of Camarines Sur and the city of Tangub, and in 2019, she was blessed as an adopted daughter of the province of Abras Tingyan tribe, given the name Dulimaman, which was inspired from the courageous heroine in the tribe's epic Wadagan Ken Dulimaman. Sara was once involved in an infamous punching incident of a court sheriff in 2011. She has twice publicly apologized for what happened and was suspended by the Department of the Interior and Local Government and reprimanded through an administrative case. Looking back, she describes the sad incident as a turning point in her life as a politician, a constant reminder not to embarrass the mandate given to me by the people. She now considers herself the best person to talk about peace because she was once a national face of rage. Meanwhile, Sara has a collection of photos of herself with facades and altars of numerous Catholic churches taken during her travels all around the country. She is keenly interested in the architecture and history of Catholic churches, believing that each reflect the faith of the people and the uniqueness of the towns where these churches are built. She is married to fellow lawyer Manassas Reyes Carpio, and they have 3 children named Shark, Stingray, and Stonefish. Inday Sara is undoubtedly no magician, but the strength of her heart to lift everyone and soar high, fight, and win makes her second to none.